Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper. And we'll begin with a little bit of rolling for Hobbit presents. And it looks like we get 2 piles of silver scraps. Now let's head off to help some of these locals. Actually, probably best to go this way. To help with their farmers market. And I don't think they'll appreciate me taking a horse down to their house. Not too sure they appreciate an elf walking on the roof either, but that's another matter.
Stay and have some tea.
We have been in full production for a while now and focusing on the harvest. Making sure that we have enough for the farmer's market has meant that we haven't had time to keep up with making the farm look nice. If we are to have guests, we must make sure every appearance is tip-top. The first thing we need to do is to bring up the tools. Yes, so we need to find some hoes, some sickles, some trowels, and some pitchforks. And there's a pitchfork right there. Now he also has a second quest he gives, but he only gives that one at night, and it's currently dusk. So we'll have to pick that one up when dusk is complete, and looks like that's not going to be too long from now. Actually, let's go this way. We might as well go into the next area while we wait. And where's that? So I think there's a trowel over here. Okay. So we just had to pick up the tools, but there are many other tasks that are to be done. And I will run into the various tools as I do the other quests. And then a sickle. So now we have one of each. But we need 4 of each in order to complete the task. But our next person I want to talk to is in this area right here. Here at the animal pens.
Stay and have some tea.
The market is more than just a place to come and buy and sell things from the farm. It is also a chance to experience farm life, to see what it's like to work the land. One of the most important parts is letting the little ones feed and pet the animals. This is a major event for them. Many of them have been seen these animals before, but never have gotten a chance to get up close. There's a lot of work to do before the animals are ready, though. First, we need to get the sheep back into the pen. So let's gather up some sheep. See, the combat is minimal in this particular quest line. So now the sheep is now following us. See, ally even puts the sheep down as an ally, though a level 1 ally with 30 morale isn't going to be very useful in a combat situation. So I would highly suggest to avoid combat, which frankly in Northcotton Farm avoiding combat is pretty easy. Let's take care of the pitchfork. Now, there are actually a couple of quests that do require combat, but That's very much the exception and not the rule. Now there is an instance starting at level 65 as part of the In Their Absence series. I think it's level 65. I suppose I could... Obviously I won't be able to do it since I won't be high enough level. But In Their Absence... Yeah, it doesn't even... Yeah, Helm's Deep instances. Yeah, of course it doesn't even show it because I'm too low of a level. But series of 4, it's either 65 or 75. They came out during the time of the Isengard. So I guess 75 sounds likely. I'm trying to remember if it came out with Isengard or if it was an update just before it. Whatever, the idea in there is that there is a 3-player instance that's in a version of Northcotton Farm. Oh, duh. That's been taken over by the enemy, so there's tons of combat there. And In Their Absence includes 5 instances. Northcotton Farm, which is a 3-player. Stone Height, which is... They're all associated near areas that have those markers as you saw. Actually, before I do that, let me take care of this. With that nasty relic we saw in the North Downs, that was vaguely near Stone Height. And the one in the Shire in Oatbarton, which I guess I could show you that one later. And that one is associated with the Northcotton Farm instance. Those are 3-player ones. Oh. Then you have a 6-player one in Forkel, or Forshell, or whatever that is. And finally you have another 6 in the Trollshalls.
Oh, good day.
And a raid in Enidwaith. Ah, yes, okay, yeah, it's part of Enidwaith then that was been introduced. So since it's in Enidwaith, I would say 65 is more likely.
Good day.
So let's
Might I have
gather
a
up some
word with you?
chickens. And they're scalable instances. Though the one that's in Northcotton Farm is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, shall we say, even though it's a combat-intensive, enemies all over the place. Let's just say one of the boss fights is very much tongue-in-cheek, which is what you would expect for an instance that's set in the Shire. Alright. Now, the interesting thing about Oatbarton is that the deeds that you have for killing mobs, they do count on the Shire end, since the enemies you there are the ones associated with the Shire, and that the Oatbarton is the northern part of the North Farthing. So up to Dwelling, then you're effectively still in the Shire in some ways, but there are other ways it counts as Enidwaith. So with the quest pack that you need for it, it counts as, not Enidwaith, as Avendim. So it counts as Avendim for the purposes of quest packs. So a bit of a dual identity there. Alright, and now there should be... we just need to pick up one more chicken. Still daylight. Alright, one final chicken. Oh. And I noticed that there's a pitchfork there. It'd be nice if I noticed that before I started picking up the chicken. But I'll probably have to get near there when I mud the pigs, which is probably the next stage of this. Alright, have the chickens.
A lovely day, isn't it?
The little ones love to watch the chickens run around trying to get all the corn they throw for them, alright?
Stay and have some tea.
Now that the chickens are all in their pens and ready, we can turn to the next animal on the list, the pigs. Yes, let's mud the pigs. No, I've never raised pigs, so I don't understand that quite. Anyway, let's grab that pitchfork. Alright, so that's 3 pitchforks down. Alright, so we need some water buckets for the pigs. And yes, we will have something in the vineyards later. The pigs are this way. What keeps the pigs and the sheep from have to make sure I mud the pigs and not the sheep. You would think they would keep the sheep and the pigs in separate areas. But then again, as I said, I've never worked at a farm, so who am I to say? Alright. Now, here we go. Looks like the sheep like to stay near the water hole. At least those two do. And this will be our second one, and we'll mud them 3 times. And while I probably could ride my horse to there, I won't be able to ride my horse back. Now, I did once write a map for Northcotton Farm, which I posted over on Casual Stroll, which shows where the various items are. I might have missed 1 or 2 supernumerary items, but at least I got enough written on there that you could actually use it to complete all the quests here. But it does say how many times I've done it enough. If way back then I knew enough about it in order to write a map. Alright. Pigs are all mudded. So are my shoes. Alright, done.
Hello there.
I can hear the happy grunting from here. Yes, thank you.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
The pigs are happiest I've ever seen them in a long time. I think the mud is the thickest I've ever seen. They will be happy in their wallow. And there's one last animal on the farm that needs tended to, and those are the cows, so I need to collect some feed for it and take care of some shrews that are threatening the feed. I did say there are a couple of combat quests in this. Just not very intensive combat. I mean, we're talking about greeny shrews. I will just take care of the shrews first. Oh, well, there I got 2 at a time, but no, they seem not to be in the mood of being 2 at a time. It's not like some shrews, because in the delving fields, if you hit a shrew that was sitting next to another one, usually the other one will come with him. So these are the most passive shrews I've ever seen. Not very shrewish at all. Alright, now let's collect some feed. And that will take care of the cows. Well, as soon as I actually arrive with this feed. Now, where I'm putting all this feed, I have no clue. You'd think it'd be strapped to my back or something like that. Then, of course, they don't show you the backpack you're obviously carrying, which contains all of that stuff.
A lovely day.
Go ahead and place the feed on the troughs. Yes, of course. Nice that he said something helpful rather than something sarcastic, because I forgot to go to the troughs first. Alright, there we go. Fill the feeding troughs. Done!
Hello there.
With the troughs filled and the cows fed, the animals are now all ready for the market. You do realize that could be taken another way. The sheep and chickens are back in their pens, and the pigs have been mudded, and the cows have been fed. I dare say that we are ready for the market. Please go and tell Alvin Northcotton now that we are ready, and I'll just keep that there for the moment. Now, I will remove this, but then I'll finish it by talking to Alvin Northcotton. But I won't be doing that until I finish more of the quests that are in this area. So therefore, next time we will speak to Rose of Brockhouse here for our second set of quests in Pineleaf Plays, the Rune-keeper.